Good morning, guys. I'm just out checking a couple of rounds at a couple different sites, and I'm going to do a little baiting. Came to this one. This is my first coyote at this new bait. When I got here, he wasn't quite expired, so I just switched the ram out, and I'm going to leave it on him just to make sure it finishes him off here. And I reset this in here. With all that blood and stuff, I probably should actually move my snare back a little bit, but we'll see what happens. I'll leave it here and see if they start going around it and whatnot. Maybe I'll move accordingly, but he's not a very big dog. He doesn't seem to be too bad. He fought a little bit. He's kind of bloody in the nose there, but yeah, so we'll get him out of here. We'll go get some bait and see what else we can find today. Well, good day. We are at the bait that I just started. In my last video, this was the last part of the video, the newest bait that I'd started. And there's absolutely nothing left here. So putting that lure, long distance call lure and canine lure up high in the trees, I believe did make a big difference. I know the lures themselves work quite well. Anything I've got from Ian has been absolutely perfect. So I know the lures are working. My analogy was to keep them up high, get the wind to carry them a little bit further, because I used to put them on cotton swabs all the time, and I found that the ravens keep eating them. This way I leave it as a paste and just kind of stick it on the tree branches, and it kind of hangs out a little bit longer. But I don't know if it'll show up, but I've got tracks all over the damn place in here now. So this bait hasn't been here very long, only a few days. But I've got quite a few tracks, and I can see, I wasn't sure if they were going to use this bush or not because it looked pretty thick and whatnot, but you can see they have started their openings. So I just came here today just to freshen it up a little bit, because I didn't think I had quite enough last time, but I'm glad I've come out today because there's nothing left here, and the coyotes are definitely here. Lots of fresh tracks. So I've got a few rams with me today. I might actually throw a few in the bush and just kind of test the waters. I'm going to walk in there and just see how established the trails are. This potentially could be a good spot for catching coyotes. So I don't want to set rams too early. I want to make sure they establish their trails and whatnot, and they get more comfortable coming in. So I'm gonna dump this bait. I'm gonna go for a little walk in the bush here, and if I can find some pretty good trails that go in far enough, I guess I might set a few rams. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Well, I have walked through this bush a little bit, and there's pretty good trails so far, so I am going to set a few. One thing I was going to kind of show, let's see, I'll get these off here. Is the difference in the length or between, I guess, the coyote ram and the wolf ram. So my loop, pretty close to the same, but you can see the reach that I have out on it just because that spring is bigger, taller on there. Hopefully that's showing up here and whatnot. So this year was my first year running wolf rams, and when I had got those, you always get snares with it, one snare per ram. So these are like the cable is 1x7 3/64, I believe, and on this one it'll be this small ferrule will be my breakaway. That's my weakest point of my whole snare, so that if I catch a deer, catch a big dog or a moose or something that can break away. But when I got these wolf rams this year, like I said, you get snares that come with it. So I'm not sure what size cable this is, if it's 5/64 or what it is. So the breaking strength of that cable is quite a bit more than that, but on these you have a Sullivan S hook. And here in Saskatchewan I have to use breakaways, 280 pound breakaways, and that's what that is equivalent to. So I've never run these before. I'm going to try them this go around in here and just see how they work. I kind of like them. I don't know, we'll see. I think those fall a little bit better, but we will see how it works. So I'm gonna set a few in here and we'll check it here in a couple days and see if we don't have anything. But I just thought I'd kind of show you this cable is quite a bit heavier, but again it's got that Sullivan S hook, so therefore that's my breakaway, making it legal here in the province. So okay, I'm going to turn you off and I'm going to set some rams. Well, my battery died on my camera, so we're going to try and GoPro this. So I just hung a few snares in here. They got pretty decent trails going through, so I'm hoping I can catch a few out of here. There's my bait I just dumped. That skunk essence I can smell quite a bit yet, so it's still pretty strong, so I'm not going to freshen that up right now. But yeah, so I dumped my bait, hung some snares, and I'm going to check one on the way home, so I'll probably turn you on when I get there. Okay, we have made it to that other bait. I just wanted to check it kind of on the way home. I was here, I believe yesterday, or no, day before, maybe yesterday. Oh. And I had caught my first coyote on this new bait. I figured I was kind of close, so I figured I'd just check it on the way. And I got another one. I don't know how the heck this happened. I've never caught one like this before. He's actually caught in front of his left ear by the looks of this. But that old ram put him down pretty quick. It was here, and he laid down right there. That was the end of her. Hopefully you can see that, but you can see the cable. It's caught in front, right behind the jaw. I have never ever had one caught like that before. I'd wired this stick in just kind of as a place so they could rest my ram on, I guess. There, we'll see if they're gonna continue to use this or not. I set this one probably a little bit early because they never had a lot of established trails. There were some tracks and stuff going through, and I basically just set on sign. But personally, I like to let them kind of make their own trails, just so they've got dedicated trails or whatever that they're going to use to and from the bait, because you have a better chance of catching them. They're a lot less spooky when they've used them, say, for a couple of weeks. Or this, I kind of just set on a little bit of sign, a little bit of tracks. There. Well, we'll see if it works. Works the second time. Over here is where I caught that other one. This coyote doesn't look too bad. It's a fairly decent sized coyote. Looks like really nice fur on him, so well, I'll shut you off and I'm gonna go check these other couple. Well, I'm at one more bait. I never mentioned it before because I just came here to pull because it's been dead for too long, and when I arrived, to my surprise, this bait's firing up. See if you guys can see that. Well, there's tracks in here now. This bait's definitely firing back up. So hopefully these buggers are going to keep going. I was set mainly on that side and over through there. Most of these guys are pretty well, all of them are coming from this side. So what I did is I took snares that were set from the other side that had no action, and I had moved them into here. So we'll see if we can't pick a few off. A lot of these tracks are quite new, so it's pretty exciting. A couple days ago they weren't here. There was no tracks, no nothing, and so it's kind of nice to see. But another thing I'd like to mention, if you guys like fur mitts, fur hats, any kind of leather work, you should check out Natasha at Touch of Wild Creations. She does some pretty awesome stuff. I really like her work. I've heard a lot of good things. And once the Christmas season winds down, we're actually going to sit down together and potentially design my own very own pair of trapper boot. So pretty excited for that. But yeah, if you guys want to check her out on Facebook. So I just thought I'd kind of mention that, but I'm pretty excited about these tracks here. That means that bait might fire up. Now the deer season's closed, a guy might have a chance at some of these. I just came here to pull everything today because I started another bait. So we will have to see. That other bait won't be ready. I'm definitely going to leave that one for a couple weeks. So we'll see. Maybe I can pick off a few in here in the next couple weeks. It might slow down, and then I can pull everything out of here and move to that other one. So, well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys.